Bonjour everyone, I am Jan, your favorite friendly Frenchman, and welcome back to another episode of Building a Simple Park. Last time we started building most of the queue for Carpenter Craig's log flume, and now we're going to do the station today. If you've somehow missed the last episode, let me do a pop-up on the top right hand corner for you to watch it. And if you don't want to miss the next episodes, well, consider subscribing and you'll become a member of the Baguette Brigade. Anyway, back to the present. What I'm doing right now is Steve's Waterworks, which is a reference to Spotlight by Tall Guy Gaming on a park by NB72, which was Tiki Falls. And it's a great park. It was made for the mini park contest, and basically because Harry, Tall Guy Gaming, wasn't able to pronounce some names, at some point there was a god of the ocean and he just called him Steve. And so that's a joke that we somehow tell ourselves because, well, it's a funny joke. It's stupid, but it's a funny joke, and usually the stupidest things are the most funny, and that's why I wanted to make a callback to that and make a reference to that in the station. And I want Steve to be this, well, not god of the ocean because that wouldn't make any sense in the Rocky Mountains, but I wanted Steve to be the guy who was in charge of all the water things in this little village in the Rocky Mountains, which is why he made a flume to get the logs to Carpenter Craig's warehouse, which we've built in the last episode. Because of course, in a secluded place like this town in the Rocky Mountains, they had to rely on one another to make the town work and make the town lively, and that's why everyone was helping one another. And I think it's a good idea, you know, it's a cool story to have everyone helping one another. When you think about it, it's kind of an allegory of the Planet Coaster community. Our community is very helpful towards one another and very caring towards one another. And when you think about it, I use some of the names of the people that I like to hang out with in the community inside the park. So that's kind of funny because I've never thought about it this way, but in the end it's kind of an allegory to use everyone in this small town, which kind of represents our community in the end. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful community. Oh my god. If I mess this up, it's not gonna be beautiful. But yeah, it's a really beautiful community that we have, and we have to cherish that, and I totally cherish that with this park, and that's why I wanted to shout out some of my friends that I've made along the way, and I hope that we still get to have a lot more new friends, a lot more new members in the community, because we've been expanding and expanding, and even I myself have. So yeah, even I have made the community expand back in May, something like this, when I posted Parc Ciel Bleu. But since then, and it's like maybe 5-6 months, the community has embiggened. Why do I keep using this word? It's grown, that's a better word. It's grown so much, and so many new faces that are now my friends, and that's great. That's what we want as a community. We want to grow, we want everyone to help one another, and to have such a big community, which is pretty small and pretty, it's a family, that's what it is in the end. I think that's beautiful. But again, I was monologuing, I'm sorry. So let me explain to you what I'm doing right now. I'm doing this kind of crane to get the logs from the sort of dock to the flume and vice versa. That way they can get to Carpenter Craig's warehouse that we've built in the last episode. I think that's the third time that I've said, oh yeah, Carpenter Craig's warehouse that we've built in the last episode. But I'm so proud of this warehouse. It's probably the best cube I've ever done, and especially the little interaction with the splash zone, you know, with the glass protecting the queue, but still you're able to see while you're waiting. I think it's a really cool feature. But anyway, back to the station and Steve's Waterworks. Too many S's. And speaking of the best things I've ever done in this game, Steve's Waterworks I'm really struggling today, but we're okay, we're fine. It's probably the best station that I've ever done yet. I'm yet to do some stations in the future. I've just started recording episode 11 as I'm recording this, and let me tell you, we might have some better stations in the future, because we have still the mine train to go, and the mine train is actually going to be in one of the last episodes of the series, because this is the last area that I want to build, the little mining area. But I built the layout so soon because I wanted the mine train to interact with the log flume a lot, and the lift hill to go above the lift hill of the log flume. Or is it actually a lift hill with a log flume? I'm not sure. You guys will have to let me know in the comments. But yeah, and also the little fake out, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but we'll see that in the future, keep that in mind. And also because it's going to interact with the car ride that we'll build in the future in maybe 1 or 2 episodes time. I'm not sure, I don't remember actually, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's been a long time and a lot has happened since then. I've been to Fantasialand last Tuesday and Wednesday, and oh my god, that was amazing. There's a vlog coming up on the Monday after I'm recording this, so that was last Monday for you guys when you see this. Yeah, I know, those timelines things are pretty confusing. Time confuses me sometimes, but it kind of also fascinates me. And speaking of time, I'm actually wasting a lot of time talking about time instead of talking about the speed build, because, well, I'm doing a few little details here and there outside of the building before I do the inside of the building, because, well, it's really important for me to have a place that feels real, you know, with real advertising on the roof of the building and clutter everywhere and pipes going everywhere to fuel. That's not really the right word for water, but fuel the the buildings of the town with water and have running water everywhere. And now, on the contrary, I'm doing the inside because, of course, the inside has to feel like a real place as well, and a real queue, like the real station, but also a real shop. And so I had to find a mix of those coaster theme parks elements with the gates and the control room, but also the what is inside the Steve's Waterworks. You know, what is inside Steve's Waterworks? Maybe there's a pump, maybe some of the water goes into a heating thing, you know, a heater. Yeah, a heating thing. Yeah, that's a heater, man. Which is why I also have those logs here and there to basically put inside the fire and just make the heater work. And obviously, every time I finish a build, or a speed build in this case, I have to, you know, go check the POV if everything's alright and nothing stands out, or do the lighting of the area, or do the sounds of the area, because it's also a really important thing for the ambience. Again, the ambience is your park. But with that comes the end of the speed build. Oh, wait, no, not quite. Yes, there we go, that's now. I can't get enough of this tune. Really, the music of Planet Coaster is really something else, and it always brings warm feelings to my heart. But anyway, we're running back to KK's Plaza because we have to see this view, this new view of the log flume station. Maybe we'll have a splashdown. That was the perfect view of the station. Look at this, Steve's Waterworks. It looks so good, man. Obviously, the more you do in the park, the prouder you are because, well, it feels more complete. But this one is the central point, you know, of I was about to say Partiel Bleu, but no, of Simple Park. And it comes back to this idea that I unconsciously had from Red Dead Redemption 2 with the little stream coming in the center of the town. And now it's not a stream, but it's of course the Lac Flume, and for Planet Coaster it was just perfect. So let me show you the queue, what it looks like right now, because with the building it looks amazing. Look at that. We even see the yes, the drop in the background, and everything was calculated to the most minute, for the most minute details of this view when you enter the queue of the Lac Flume. You had to see everything from the Lac Flume. How long the queue was, the station, because this is your destination, also the logs passing by on the last turn, and of course this drop that we have right there. But now let's look at the station, the inside of the station at a regular speed, because you guys haven't seen that already. And yeah, man, it's just clutter everywhere because of course this is kind of a warehouse as well, but we have the guests coming down the gates, and yeah, little hidden speakers here and there because of course you need those. And we have the boiler. Yeah, that's right, I was thinking about a boiler or a heater. I think both are fine. You guys will have to let me know in the Premiere chat or in the comments. And of course the pipe going into the boiler is directly linked to the water tower because details. And we even have a well under the water tower to go to the source of the water. And look at this control room. Oh, it's so cool. It's amazing. So you have two people in there. You have the cameras and a fridge. Look at this fridge. It's so simple, but it works. It's amazing. And we also have the little ventilation thing on the side too. Well, because if there are two people in there, it might get kind of hot. So yeah. And we also have this little control panel to send the logs on their way. And look at this outside. I'm so proud of it all. I've used the temple pieces and it's not the flywheels, but you know, the little steampunk pieces to make the mechanism. And I've also have wires going to the mechanism because realism, we love realism here. Oh my god, I'm so proud of this thing. It's so good. Like I'm loving everything about it, and the little slope to get down into the stream and into the flume, as if it were a log dropping from the docks. That is just great. Like, it's turned out like I legit was scared of this thing because, well, it's a big project, but and also the handicapped access ramp that we've copied from Caterpillar. But yeah, it was a really daunting project, and so I didn't really know where to start. And once you start it, you actually realize it's not that hard. And that's gonna be the moral for that story. Thank you guys for watching this 6th episode of, I was gonna say exploring Partiel Bleu, but no, building a simple park. If you liked it, well, please leave a like. If you want to comment a little baguette for me, it will be really appreciated, and consider subscribing to become a member of the Baguette Brigade. This has been Yann, your favorite friendly Frenchman, and I'll see you in the next one. À bientôt!